Let's go, my friends. Apeks versus Pacific in the grand finals of VCT EMEA. They are fighting for a spot in franchise, dude. This will be legendary, man. Both teams have great talent.
A little gentle walk down on B, but no pressure applied just yet. And the Apeks side waiting to see that.
Yo, comeback versus Kayak. This will be insane, dude. Holy shit. Get ready, bro. Get ready.
Patient game, but with 40 seconds on the clock, those attackers have to make their way into a site, and so the patience of the defense may just pay off. Voided most info, and a sneak up by Malsey that's caught, but it doesn't send them packing from the A site. Pacific aware this could still be a play in this direction, and now they've got the knowledge. Still 3 players stacked up and ready, waiting for Apeks.
They'll just bug, bro.
To step through the choke point. Kayak, well, he will go down, and so too will Hype, leaving Apeks with no ground, caught behind a smoke, and the entirety of the Pacific squad now on this site awaiting them. This round seems to be done and dusted. A hero for Apeks will not be found.
I hope they fix this soon, man.
Yeah, I think Pacific are doing the right thing here. They're not
it's sour nothing, bro.
Panicking and allowing Apeks to take advantage of the chaos. Instead, they're sitting tight, waiting for a play. And a little bit of mid-information from Rose comes at a heavy cost with him down. Pacific still have those rifles from the early round. It's on comeback, and it's on the rock. Breach rotated in as well. You see that stun go through. There's going to be some supportive utility, but still 2 flashes and 30 seconds on the clock. Apeks really need to up their gear. A lot to clear out with 3 players on the back of this site. Everybody's here. Oh, Pacific invited.
What just happened?
Apeks. Well, they've got a player late to the party. It's Hype 55 HP with no chance. And Pacific answering.
What just happened, man?
Already shutting Apeks out of the early half.
When you have youngsters who've been on the stage yesterday, thrived.
Man, is this advantage for the lower bracket team? Play 1 game on the stage before?
Oh, it is.
This is the first time Apeks played there, man.
Goes out for a bit of aggression and comeback follows.
Okay, that's good. Oh my god.
Catches Rose completely off guard from having a chokehold on the game, even with those disadvantages, to now a 5v2 in the blink of an eye. This round has fallen into Apeks' hands, but they did it with 3 players last time, and none of the rifles have been recovered by Apeks. There is still a chance, but it's a slim one.
Yeah, they're going to need another clutch play. That's already a good start. Kayak gone. He was one of the lower HP players. The steps,
they need to secure this round, man.
Gets. I think he's heard them. He has.
Oh my
he might be
god.
in the perfect place at the perfect time. Goes for the swing. Only gets 1 though. A good trade from Solcas. And again, the pressure goes back onto Jellison, trying to make his way back across the map, over onto this A site. And you mentioned those weapons not being in hand. Well, now they are.
Yeah, now they've overtaken that space, and Pacific have only Jellison to attempt the recovery. Definitely not in a pretty position. Although he walks out of the smoke after the paranoia to find a free fight onto Hype, not aware of.
Man, they need to fix the audio, bro. It's the grand finals, man. Come on.
There was a second man on site, having taken space inside of B main. The problem is these players now get split a little bit. If Kayak continued on that push, Jellison down and Kayak all the way behind, but he is dropped in just 1. Backside control still for Pacific. The op under pressure with players close, and now left all alone, but he'll still find 1.
Somehow this man always thrives under pressure. A missed shot, and the only man still left defending, but
11 kills for him already, dude.
Malsey will be able to put him in the dirt.
42.
Pacific can certainly be happy in a round like this and playing retakes. Rolling Thunder is online and available for Laroc. They've spotted players outside of A, waiting for the contact of Loida to put the stun through, and here it is. It's time. The stun is good. Isolating the closer fight, but Kayak's got a second piece of life now. 7 bullets left, and Loida can't land them. Comeback, luckily keeping the numbers in their favor on the other side of the map, shutting down the mid lurk, but the A side is still under threat. Laroc already contemplating the Rolling Thunder. That's 2 players.
Oh, hit his friend, bro.
Though. He's been caught too. All it does is run this clock down lower and leave Apeks with less options, but less resistance when they eventually go for this push. The problem is with those quick rotations on Neon, comeback's already here and easily able to open that up.
He's also buying.
He's just picking over and over again, bro. The guy has no
the amount of numbers that Apeks
fear.
Are remaining. Malsey's position has gone unchecked. That at least opens a little bit of space. But he has no
they are playing good Valorant, bro.
They expect the peak.
What?
Again. Okay.
How is that not a kill, man?
With the stuns, but again now finds himself in no man's land. Soulcast opening up onto the B side as well. This might be an overextension for the side of Pacific.
Does Comeback have age to be on franchise, man?
Just again, the patience
I think Lerock doesn't.
brought this into contention. The double up of players will turn this into a 3v3. Although the site still favors this Apeks squad, and with a solid flash and a solid trade, we still find ourselves even. Once again, Lerock looks to take control and leaves it all onto Molsey, the leader of the squad. He's got 30 seconds to play with, looking for a little bit more. He's going to be pushed back by the aftershock, but I say that, he's actually looking to go forward. He's trying to bait a fight in a 1 versus 1. He wants to take down one of them.
Yo, they are playing too good, bro. Too good, man.
Be defeated at the back of that site.
Well, I know Lerock ends up being the hero in the late round. Jellison buying that space and time, though. If Kayak's able to take that space, this one falls apart. The thing is,
That was clean.
what is a little bit baffling, Tom, that A play, you go up, you get aggressive. In that position with so much information, I guess it was because, they'd seen with the Cypher ult.
They're thinking, oh, have they given it up
This is a good thing.
They're still looking for more. Comeback has been shut out. A good start. The patience again rewarded for Apeks, but there's always a second layer, and he waited for him to go and try and find the reveal on that body, and has got the kill through the cage, even again.
We need to step it up, Kayak.
Lloyd, he's holding his ground, but will he commit to the fight? Yes, with Lerock here, you think so, and that swing is perfect. They're distracted by the op, and they missed the real op. Lloyd, 4 kills, and Pacific with 9 rounds at half number 1 of Apex's map pick.
This is not a good-looking sign for the side of Apeks. They're going to have to try and turn this one. Luckily, there will be
That was a nice shot.
after the break.
Yo, look at the way they're shooting, man. How you stop them?
Who knows? There needs to be a response. This is a team with a lot of expectations, and Pacific, well, at the beginning of the year, if you thought they'd be here, you're crazy. I don't even think they did. It's a good start in the pistol round, though.
Okay.
Kayak just isn't stopping.
Okay, man. There's hope for Apeks, man.
In the second half.
Perhaps in the swing in, but Apeks stay quite far back on A. It means that Comeback's
Holy
able to
shit.
get close, straight up mid, fighting into their spawn, and Hype now surrounded and being pushed on. Comeback's got both, cleared this site all
This
by
kid is
himself, and he's
disgusting, man.
looking for more
Finally.
spawn. Finally put to bed, but the advantage is there for Pacific.
Rose Hunter
Yeah,
Syria.
he was patient initially, hoping
Kayak,
to
you need to do
space
the same, bro.
teammates. Now they've got to be careful not to overextend. Loiter for a moment, like we'd seen that in the previous half. At times giving a bit too much space. Instead, he's up in their faces, looking for a battle, looking for a brawl. With a man advantage they don't need to face, and instead ends up evening up that scoreline once again. Post plant being fought for, the stun to hold them in place while the Hunter's Fury goes through, and Lerock has landed every
That's
shot
unbelievable.
that was called upon him. That tap, maybe expecting of over to stick it, but he won't.
Yeah, they don't want to lose today, bro.
It's all Lerock in this round. 11-5.
Shouting after that dart goes down as well. Yeah, it's not easy to figure out where this hit's coming in. The pressure instead relies on the individual's hype on the extremity, holding down this
Okay,
fight, and he's
okay.
doing a damn good job of it.
Okay.
Already got 3. But the round
That's
is
the hype
not
you need,
safe
bro.
Just yet, Rose and Comeback still lurk. He tries to find them. The hat off his head reveals the last man. He should have been the first to fall with 14 seconds left.
That's a nice round.
Didn't have much of a chance. 12-6.
Position on A. They don't have to worry so much about that spot.
Quick play from Comeback, a little late, connecting the shot. The power
That's insane, man. That's insane. Should never get that kill.
Fires out his own, but it doesn't have the effect that he'd hoped. I thought that angle was good for.
Look at the way they're playing, bro. GG.
Just like that.
If they keep it up like this, it's gonna be 3-0.
To 6. Pacific have taken the first map of the series. Apeks pick. This does not paint a pretty picture for what's to come.
No, this is a really scary position for them to already have to try and come back. A lot to look at. And maybe not a lot that you would think from the side of Pacific you need to fix. If you're not losing games, you don't learn from them. So maybe this is an opportunity for Apeks to score them. We'll have to wait and see. An aggressive early fight has not gone to plan. One of them can escape, Mitch. Unfortunately, Soul can't.
One thing that I know is Apeks prepare a lot for this map.
He is certainly tagged.
They know this is a very strong map for Pacific, so let's see.
For the attacking side, Pacific have taken the spot.
But they need to play with more confidence, bro.
It certainly appears.
Enjoy the moment, you know?
They're gonna let the hit go
Don't
down,
let the
but
pressure get the
for
best of
now,
you.
While they work on the extremities and clear it with Jellison, they're just tucked in mid. waiting, and Jellison even now regrouping with the squad to take this control. But the thing is, Kayak is in an unusual position, one that Comeback has seen before. He was very ready for that.
I wondered if the distraction of Molzy might have been enough to catch them off guard, but it wasn't. Molzy's at least done well, but the rest of the team are hightailing it towards that B site. Rose looking for the setup, claiming the extra orb, and there's not really a whole lot to delay them. A single trip on the left side of site. Obviously the star can't be activated because Soulcast is already down, so it's going to have to be the retake. And Hype, he looks to try and get ahead of it. An opportunity, and you know what? That's a big kill.
It is, with Jellison and Larocque already being quite low. That is a monumental pickup for this side, keeping them in with a chance. And Hype swinging around the side, catches just one. He's picked up the trip, but he hasn't put it back down. I thought that would go inside the smoke to cover. They're just diffusing this straight under their nose. It's already stuffed away across the line, and they've got it.
That's a good start for them, man.
Just snuck that round.
I don't know how, but they won the round.
Pacific's nose. But Loida is the one sent up through heaven. This is a spot that Pacific leverage a lot, usually with Comeback, and he might be making his way there, still with an updraft to work with. Backside cleared already. And Loida, because they don't see that pressure from up in heaven, he doesn't need to give up the spot he has in mid, to give up the information. They've lost Comeback up above the smoke. Ova's picked him off, and Apeks regrouping to take this one as a unit. Loida could be the key man if he can catch him by surprise, but right now, no one's going his way.
There were hopes that maybe there'd be a rotation, but instead just looking to try and group up from the spawn. Larocque will start things off well. The fight's in the smokes. You'd expect to go the way of the SMGs, but it's gone well for them initially. That doesn't last
pretty good,
long.
man.
Trading
Like the one
back
with
down
two.
to just one. That last man, the lurker in the back lines, looking for the fight. That's his Kayak. He has to land the shot and does. It comes close. Will come that little bit closer as they're going to switch over who's defusing. The defense who won the round have gone for a light buy. They're gambling on purchasing into the next round and maybe hoping that their opponents won't have forced. And because of that, Pacific now have a chance, if anything, with a favorable buy. This is a very weird scenario. And we'll see if the defense can win it. If they can take this away, it would be so huge.
Oh, Hunter's Fury's committed. They really are throwing everything at this round.
Spike down A.
With Larocque down, quick shot from Kayak has decimated him. Comeback, able only for the one. Kayak pressured up top, and the SMG gets the better of him. Hype on just 5 health and being pushed. That SMG will be a terrifying weapon up against him, and indeed it proves to be. Jellison, 3 kills off the back of a Spectre. Jellison, Rose, I think it was Lloyd the last. See who's up for it next. Drone gone through, spotted one down below, and Navova's in trouble. He's being hunted by the Hunters.
That was a bad dude, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Land the shot. Still buys the space for the plant to come in.
Spike planted.
I think for the attack, a pick would have been nice, but yeah, as you said, getting into this post plant, especially on B, can be pretty difficult to break apart. Now the drone is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of clearing some of the off angles, some of the close positions that should be a little bit more awkward to try and clear.
Oh my god, Rose. Eyes on Rose.
Leader of Rose again, just coming up behind them, sneaking through that darkness while the rest of the team try and do the hard work, buy the extra time. There is a man on the diffuser though. They've got to try and deal with Avova. The dart has kind of done that, but he's back on it. The shot dart might close it. It doesn't even matter. Soulcast has done so much and it just won't be enough. The leader strikes again for the
that was no timing.
Sure, he'll fall with the rest of them.
When the last bullet, man.
With only one man here. One of the 2 rounds that they have is based off Hype being able to buy time, be able to make things more awkward. This time though, he's going to have to give up the site.
I am the hunter.
Hunter's Fury. Malzy's put it in. Now that's buying them a little bit more time. Rotations are underway. The pistols, all they need is the numbers.
30 seconds left.
And to that, Solkas is in prime position. Cage just fell, ready to take a fight from up top, but waiting for his teammates. They want to have the numbers. He's the only man with a Guardian. That Astra up top. The Pacific, well, in most games I see them take control of this A site. They're taking control of Heaven, but this time they've decided not to do that. I think the pistols make a difference.
Okay.
They certainly have to start. Rose down already, and Larocque.
Kayak, you need to put up a star performance, bro.
And that could cement the round for Apeks. Jellison, oh, he's taken down, leaving just a Blade Storm. Defuse underway already. The dash into the smoke, but Kayak reacts.
That's what you need to do, man.
4th kill and a 3rd for Apeks.
10 more rounds like this.
This season began, it was clear that Kayak was a name that we've been talking about for
Yeah,
years to
man.
come.
He's really good, bro.
This is a round
This guy's insane.
integral in, though. The fact that there was only pistols in their hands, the fact that they'd lost 4 rounds in a row and things were starting.
Perhaps even a stun there. Go on the back of that Cypher trap. In fact, it's going to be the smoke. He looks to play off the trap wire. They've stepped right past
What?
it, but never mind, destroying it in the process. Comeback, only good for the one.
A solid util from Hype, but he's been isolated as well. Trades back and forth, one of the better scenarios.
Really tough,
More
15
importantly,
seconds.
Time is ticking. 15 seconds for this attack to try and get that spike down. And the second it is tapped, flash through, decoy as well. They're faking
That's
things
insane,
out.
man.
Shot still landed though. And Rose left with a chance. It looked like an impossible scenario.
Moz with 4, man.
To put
Huge
forward
round from the
It
Polish.
really does seem like a numbers game at this stage. It wasn't Kayak, it was the Polish contingent of this Apeks side. But this setup was just wonderful. Okay,
Yeah.
I think Soulcast clearly was red. A pre-fire from comeback into the site. But it's again, we focus on Hype quite regularly in terms of his setups. Like the trips revealing the
Okay, now you're talking, bro.
I'm curious to see if Kayak will save his for the retake or it is going to be aggressive. He's just jumped around the outside, didn't expect it! He took a risk, trusted his movement, and he gets 2 for it.
That's a devastating start for Pacific. I feel like a 4K is coming for Kayak with how these rounds have been going. Back to back.
I'm curious to see if Kayak will save his for the retake or it is going to be aggressive. He's just jumped around the outside, didn't expect it! He took a risk, trusted his movement, and he gets 2 for it.
That's a devastating start for Pacific. I feel like a
Just
4K is
imagine.
coming for Kayak with how these rounds have been going. Back to back for Apeks. Loida, he steps up this time, even shuts down Kayak, evens the numbers, puts them back on the board on the side of Pacific, even get a plant out of this situation. Some utility coming in, the shock dart causes some problems. Paranoia doesn't quite hit.
Oh
but
my
Allison
God.
does. The numbers stay even. At 2 versus 2, the pullback from Pacific, LaRock and Loida just want the post plant.
Evova has everything,
Stacked
dude.
up on the platform in
Larrock,
A main, ready
knife,
to take this
and
fight.
flash.
A firing squad. Just look at those red lines about to
Oh
be
my
stepped
God.
into, and Hype, well, he found out the hard way just where they were. That paranoia not blinding them. They're ready to swing and confirm the defuse isn't being stuck. Flash in, just buying time. The clock will tick down further and further until this defuse is stuck. He's got it half already. Stuck
No
it
way.
right underneath the ultimate, and now just Avova making the play. They thought that the ultimate from the shadows would send him running, but he stands strong. Another round for Apeks.
The Clutch King, man.
Me on a group stage of over. I said he's gonna ninja in a smoke. I called it earlier.
did.
This is something he does on this stage every time he's here.
That feels good.
And I can't believe he's
Man, that was unbelievable,
We
bro.
could genuinely make a highlight reel of how many times Avova has done that.
Yo, that's new.
He's playing Viper Omen.
What?
Controller in the game.
He didn't take
This is
damage.
just something he does.
How did he not
And
take
for the
damage?
side of Pacific, that is a heartbreaker.
If they wanted to.
Get out of my way.
Already. The ultimate's built up. Apeks have a good chance to keep things level with the pistol. With a few clutches going their way. I don't think they'll mind that too much. A good start as well. Hype's holds have been something to admire. And they will continue to be, even with a pot flash, he's been able to take down the opponent. Now even gets the information for the remainder of the team. With 45 seconds left, a full rotation back with how aggressive Avova has been at times just isn't worth the gamble, isn't worth the risk. Instead, they look to face straight into Hype. And even while seemingly blind, he'll land another shot.
There's no way he got that kill, man.
Okay, can it turn Ace? Just one man stands between him and LaRock will deny. So much more to do. But even still, a 1 versus 5 isn't beyond this man. 20 seconds left is the major problem of Over, only just starting that rotation back.
Old from Kayak, I like this.
Spike
It's
planted.
worth expanding at this point. You know, it's the last round of the half. Why not? He's found the info, locked him down.
This kid is insane, man. Yo, but what was that from Hype, man? He was blind, so blind. That was a nice play, bro. The TP into the flash.
Be neck and
Dude
neck
almost
Apeks.
got the ace, man.
There were a
Oh
couple
my
bumps in that road,
god. Oh, take it easy with the coffee, bro. Best of 5.
Yeah, this is something that I think we really needed to
Oh,
see
he
from
saw,
them.
man.
A
He saw it.
response in turn. We'll see if they
That
can
was so
turn this
nice
into a
hype.
victory in
That was
top
hype, bro.
Spotted B.
Is always lurking in those backlines for the late round.
Comeback's on the dash away, but he's not giving up the space. Too many players here to support him. He's being spotted. Lloyd not quite. Kayak seen at the back of the site. Jump up. Not good for comeback. He's dropped immediately. Big reveal. Rose looks to capitalize, but goes straight into the pack. And they're all looking his way. Lurk up from Hype as well. Devastating.
That's clean, man.
As LaRock goes down. It's Jellison. 1 versus
We got a
5.
series here, man.
Safe to say that pistol that Apeks desired seems to be locked in. I'm getting a
Careful.
little bit worried now.
No, there's no way. There's no
Shot
way.
after shot, and he has been on form, but he doesn't know that Sulcus is tucked away, and these other players just escaping the site. It should be enough.
This is not galleries, man.
Surprise.
This is Apeks.
Spotted the shot connected to the head. I'm getting very worried, but the time. That's what they've got. They're back. Surely. It's already gone at this point. They've got the numbers. And it looks like despite Jellison's impressive performance, it's all for naught. Well, whether the gamble's good or bad, we'll see. It does bring them straight into comeback. Flash stops him from fighting at the start, but that cage is soon to drop. Jellison under pressure around the back. Comeback's already fallen. They need to hold strong, and it's Jellison surrounded and dropped by Kayak. Apeks with the site control and
told you,
double the
man.
manpower of Pacific. Looks like they've got themselves a round on the board, and the investment they made coming into this, very much worthwhile. The rifles left on Pacific. Well, they could even have a discussion about saving at this point. The pick for Lloyd, though, will spur them forward. Kayak tagged down to 47, but a nice side angle from Malsey. Seems to put the final nail in this coffin. We've seen clutches from LaRock before. Doesn't know where the second player is. Got the info with that shot, actually. Starting to put the pieces together, and a big mistake from Malsey. He fell for the fake flash, thought the play was coming in there. LaRock has an angle as well. The smoke not fully blocking, getting it near half. But
Hey, Vova, the clutch king, man.
to put an end to this madness before it gets too far out of hand. 9-6. A lot for Pacific to do in terms of defending this site. It might have to be a retake. The choice is there for Lloyd to take.
Getting out of here is not going to be easy. He's managed to use his shrouded step to keep him alive a little longer, the paranoia, but he's just on 1 HP. Sat at the back under so much pressure from Kayak. Rose is trying to deal the damage, but as Kayak once again, he started to take over in this map, and for the defensive side, they're out of there.
Yeah, they're gonna save this, but they have to, especially the up.
Come back, picking off one with the op as they swing around the corner. Plenty of players to back him up, but instead, it was not quite as pretty as that. Kayak
Oh my god.
a huge punish. They decided not to compete for this round, to save their weapons through to the next, so that operator could be the difference maker. Well, now it can't even be bought.
Just see it on camera as well of Ova's family here
So
in full
nice.
spirit. That's something I
Absolutely.
will say genuinely, that was something that this year's VCT season I genuinely miss. Papa of Ova, one of my favorite human beings. Hope to catch him afterwards, but expected, and they're almost looking to counter him. Fighting for that orb. Kayak's already managed to get his dimensional drift back online. Rose is immediately going to try and counter any further pushes, but they know exactly where comeback is. Just looking to try and almost fight him on his own. And the flash
Perfect.
is sublime. And Kayak looking for that little bit more. His utility's offline. There's no escape at this stage. He has to fight forward, but he's still around the back of the site and looks to team up with the rest of the members of Apeks. It's starting to look like it's falling apart for Pacific. And just as that beat
They're rotating.
almost falls, Apeks are out of there, falling back all the way. The TP just to try and clear any close angles, but the rotation has come in from this defensive side, at least one of them. Jellison is trying to buy time, just putting up those cages to almost sell a ruse that there could be someone close. There is not.
He's not made it past the cage
30
either.
seconds left.
They know that he's there. No idea on LaRock though, perhaps. He can draw their eye for long enough. No, LaRock's been spun on. Hype shuts this round.
Maybe point for Apeks, my friends.
Where's he going? This is the only man I want to be watching. Immediately steps up close. the full force of his opponents looking to rain down on him. They've been taking this orb for free in almost every single round, and he's looking to try and deny that. Knew that's where they'd be, but definitely takes the brunt of the damage. Only a single knife left. He's left onto just a shorty. Trying to hold the line at the back of side. Kayak again will open things up, but the spam isn't enough. Looking for a trade back instead is Rose. That
Chaos.
Fury has done unbelievable amounts of damage. The fragment, you'd think would buy time, but it hasn't. That spike has been retrieved.
And now it's being planted, but Rose thinning out those attackers' numbers.
Oh.
Dart catches him.
What?
The shrouded step not quite quick enough. And Hype, the last man standing, a 1v2 spike planted in the alleyway and gets a trap down as well in case they're closer. Even manages to dodge the paranoia, knows there's no defuse underway, and just holding the one laneway that really represents the danger. They're walking it up, they're looking for the fight. Hype gives them it to start.
Well played, dude. Well played. GG!
13-8 and another 3K from Hype.
No 3-0 this time, bro. We got a series here, man.
The start they wanted in this series, but a recovery on map number 2. We are 1-1.
Come back alongside Loiter.
This map, man, will be fun.
Known into middle, but
Kayak on Jad.
expectation there, an immediate brawl, an immediate battle
No hurt.
as we kick off our third map. And for now, it's going blow for blow. Timmy, the turret's even going to rise to the occasion and put one in the body pile. It will keep things with an advantage in the favor of Apeks for now, as they look to make their way back towards this A side, which is currently completely open.
It's fine, man. It's done in the head,
Doesn't
bro.
look like, well, now
All good,
Rose
all
is gonna
good.
get there in time. Spidey senses started to tingle. Knife came out in a quick rotation.
It's coming, it's
Rose
coming.
is
Okay.
on site and ready for this hold with Avova just now making it to the site. He spotted Malsey. The flash for the double peek, that puts him to bed. Jalasun does well with 170 HP in a 1v2, locked out with the nano. The plant secured. A tough battle for him indeed. The drop out of heaven could be the last thing he does here.
He attempted this in the last pistol. It was a 1v4 that he brought much closer than we ever expected. The turret is giving him away, and as you said, jumping down from here makes it impossible. Even the spam
Jump,
up
jump,
from
jump,
Avova, he
jump,
knew
jump.
There would be an attempt to play through his smoke, and there was no hope from that point onwards.
Malsey's the guy on long. He's only got a pistol, but he's using his utility to put them into an uncomfortable position. Kayak already up close, but tucked in the smoke. The paranoia doesn't present very much danger, and they wait. There should be some utility to cover that backside push. It's the flash that gets them in, but they've not cleared Loida. No one's looking on the left. Loida's at least got a chance now. He's holding on with so many people peeking him, and the rest of the squad doesn't get here on time. LaRock desperately low. You have to look to Rose to recover this round. Now is on his shoulders. He's caught with an arrow in hand, and we absolutely do. Come back, like you said, quiet, but now has the op posted up and looking for a victim. It's Hype just behind that smoke, hiding around the corner, but that's the reward he gets. Rose walkabouts and quickly cleaned up, flank secure. Apeks have the plant in on B. The rifles now not able to get much done through these smokes. Rolling Thunder as well, putting them on the back foot. That's the op. Caught on sight. Comeback's chance might just be taken out away from him here. The flank's already underway with Avova wrapping on the side.
Oh my god, this is clean, dude.
Best chance is to get out of here with the op.
You gotta
Carry
save this,
through the
bro.
next round, but we've seen Apeks foil that plan in just the previous map. Spread out now, the danger
Look at
pings are in the
Sokas.
right spot, and they're willing to put their guns on the floor.
Yo, Sokas
Die
is insane on
if
this
it
map,
means
bro.
Taking this rifle out of Comeback's hands, but the shot won't land for
Of course he
Sokas,
died,
and the
just because I
others
said it.
simply too far away.
Yeah, he will be just about able to live to fight another day. In fact, Moz is even going to go down to the spike.
It's all open for the taking. Will there be a play from Jalasun, a drop out of the window? It doesn't look like it. Everybody just grouped up on that. Hold on, is Kayak going? Surely he doesn't continue this. I see a breach close by, a flash that goes into the back, and in fact, no, it's just Kayak dry peeking in for two. Almost gets a third for his trouble, and it's Malsey to keep numbers even, but he goes down. Hype on the
Oh, he's so low, he's so low, he's so low.
by Rose in the 1v1.
5 HP.
Rose left on 5 HP, but his opponent, oh, the shock dart, it came very close. The plant still needs to be secured, and with the drone, that's the perfect time. You know he's not pushing you. You know you can get that locked in. The reveal might give him something to work with. Rose needs the head to line up right away.
Sokas.
With 5 HP, there was no
Yeah, that was
margin
tough,
for
bro.
error, and it's
But man,
Sokas.
6-0.
Might get the A players to think that they can go walkabouts, they can get aggressive, they can push up, and that's exactly what happens. Come back out there with the Blade Storm, and he's being forced back, but it's all a ruse. just to try to bait them into the A-long angle. Unfortunately for them, and it is Pacific, the play is coming back into C. It is the same as the previous round with the split coming in. They've caught Jellison. The flash is perfect. Loida recovers nicely and even drops the spike. He's holding inside his smoke, but Avova beats him to it. Solkis on a slight off angle. They just need to get that spike on the ground for now. And it's this man that has to, oh, he's surrounded. They're everywhere, behind him, in front of him, but still he makes it out. Beautiful.
This kid reminds me of Chronicle, man.
Lockdown as a result, but it's not neat.
I guess not. Envy.
Locking this round down for Apeks. Another nail in the
Yo, look at him, man. I told you, man. On this map, it is insane, bro.
It's 7-0.
I think this might just be his map. I think this is the comfort pick of Solkas. We said last time when he played
Clean, bro.
versus
Clean,
Barca,
bro.
that was the last time they played it. In fact, he was 15-0.5.
That was crazy, bro.
Currently 9-3, and the manner in which he dismantled them this round is, it's almost sickening. Watched him jump, turn on a dime, and hit an instant headshot all the way to the finals. The final hurdle stands in their way, and that final hurdle has the misery of losing the last. It doesn't look like Apeks want to do that again. Another opener goes their way for Jellison. There's at least something, but they know he's in this corner. This is a little bit messy, though, from Apeks.
Yo.
Oh, there were a couple of flaws, but they brought it.
Don't tell me it's going to be 7-1, bro.
But Spike is down. Spike's right down in the C choke point. It's a cancellation from Avova just to cause a headache for these specific players.
Man, there's something about the 7-1, bro.
And Comeback doesn't miss those shots
I
all
don't
too
understand,
often.
man.
The Spike almost irretrievable, and Hype on 36 HP for Pacific.
It's a real curse, man.
Might finally be around on the board. 7-1 is not an awe-inspiring scoreline, at least not in the way they'd hope for. It is at least a foundation laid, and something to build upon.
Brazil!
Keep in mind, Tom, I look back. Oh, they've certainly left us wanting. Spike almost undefusable, and
Don't you do it.
going to be
Don't
nice.
you
Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Ah, that's hype, bro. That's hype.
Delivered to the back of Larock, and Hype secures an 8
Love it,
round
love it.
lead.
With the Rolling Thunder in and the lockdown, they're going to try it. Actually, no, it's the attack side trying to pressure, but it's an immediate response. Loiter now looking to try and clear Mosey from position. A lockdown even put into play, trying to force them back, but Kayak has no plans of that. His only goal is to try and go forward, play that time down to the last second, get the swing, and he does it right, but it's still only going to be that one. The trade out, though, puts the advantage with Apeks once again.
Plotting
Shock
three.
through, extra damage to Jellison. The aftershock, I don't know if it's reached quite as far as they'd like, and Jellison goes pushing instead. Looking to clear these back angles, but Hype just staying invincible in the backlines. Finally, he's dealt with, but that clock is now ticking. And Mosey's already repositioned. There just isn't enough time to even play with. Now he's let go. It matters not. Mosey gets the job done. He'll go down to the spike again. But they won't care. 9-1 is these post-plant plays where he is the first point of contact. This time, though, it'll be Avova. Again, they've had this 4-man attack, but instead, a quick rotation back to try and put support over on C. This is where the space is. That support's not going to last long at all. In fact, Kayak deals with it. But Jellison, again, a bit of a sneaky position. He's realized there's nobody coming from the other angle, so he'll hold on to the C site. And in fact, it seems like the rest of Apeks may just opt to try and join up with Hype on B.
Yeah, for now at least, the Spike is playing the buddy system. Solkis waiting. He heard steps just outside of Garage, and you know they might want to re-clear that eventually with the Killjoy util not there deep into the round. Player spotted on B. That's Solkis' opportunity. He crosses in the window. Makes it a little closer. We can see Larock is watching it, but his attention has to be divided. No one is here to cover that walk on the site until Rose gets here. Tucked in on the close angle. Watching the walk up, stun, even primed, and that's beautiful! Pacific with a set play to retake that space. They combo perfectly. And Solkis, although he has thread the
Yeah,
needle,
man, no chance.
he's not gonna be able to
9-3?
draw that much
If they get a
blood.
pistol, they're soap.
Players still floating around.
Well, also a full C-site push from Jellison. It leaves a lot.
Oh my god. Now it's winnable.
Time for this. He's got to be wary of a player coming in from middle, though. Jellison's just opting to try and play with the time, and while Rose will put his doppelganger down. From Premier to VCT, that is something that never has been achieved, and in the first year was never expected to be. They have got one hell of a job to do to get themselves back into this map, but with the A site under their control, it's an immediate response. Comeback manages one, but they are not looking to just sit back on that defensive side. Maybe they should have been. Hype now left to fight 1v3. The pistols have gone their way in the last few attempts, but not this time.
It looks like Pacific have a read on it. At least they've made the right call in taking this elsewhere. Straight into the B site. Alarm bot's still going to give over that information at least, but hard to respond. They've got the plant, and they're out of here with most players being able to exit without taking a fight. The only one that can is comeback. Hadn't got his dash online. And I think, honestly, looking for Apeks, they didn't lose a player there. Kayak walking about on A long. He's not found much, and they've got two players fighting the extremities, but Pacific are ready for this. They're covering every gap, and there's even a paranoia early play with the flash from Breach to take Hype. That's devastating.
Yeah, even jumping over.
This is huge, man.
Spray. This is falling apart. Already the dart in, and it's just going to be the spam through from Comeback. He's had enough of these sort of shenanigans.
That's a huge round, my friends. 6-9.
With that updraft dash now, 9-6, 3-round gap. After finishing the first half, it didn't look like this was too likely.
True again? Ah, man, look at this guy, bro.
3 players dropped by the Outlaw. And, well, it's safe
Oh, the
to
other
say
time was
the gap is
Kayak,
now
right?
down to 2. I don't expect this one to go back
Ace?
the way of Apeks. It's only Kayak and Sulcus. It's only Sulcus, sorry. And I don't think he's got too much left in the tank. Here comes Jellison for this. There goes
It's a nice
Jellison,
shot.
and now Sulcus has a rifle. 1v4.
Yeah. That was the easiest kills I think you're ever going to get from Comeback. A gamble taken. Walking
Man,
into the angle.
Sokas looks clean,
Maybe
bro.
the turret. Even took a leg shot for that one. The thing is, though, economy-wise, it doesn't even matter so much for the
Yo,
South
Sokas,
Pacific.
remember
They got off
the
to a crazy
knife
start.
in this position?
Being able to win out the bonus round, even playing still
Don't
with an
forget about that,
SMG.
bro.
A lot of that coming off the entry power of Comeback, and we mentioned it last map. Not going to pretend like he had an awful performance, but it wasn't the guy we've seen styling on teams throughout the entirety of Ascension. Soulcast, well, he's already got his ultimate online. There's not really much more he can gain. Is he going to break the economy of his opponents? No. So he's got his ult, he's got a rifle, and he may just try and take the rest of the team down. Not quite going to happen this time out. He can still buy into the next comfortably, but he's at least reduced how much money they'll have going forward. Even still, 4 in a row, or 6 in a row, and the deficit now down to just 2.
And the recovery has been remarkable.
Nice
for the
shots, man.
side of Pacific so far. 2 rounds in it. I know we spoke about their attack side. We spoke about them being able to put the pieces together here,
Oh,
but
he almost got
well,
3,
this
bro.
is something else entirely. And this buy round will determine it all.
There are a lot of players coming their way.
There's the stun and a ton of utility. You certainly know now Pacific got come back onto the site, but he falls immediately. Hunter's Fury expanded, and the attack side seems to claim some decent space. Malsey is certainly a thorn in their side, and the rotate from Hype, well, it's not going to get anything. Larox tripled up on the breach and found them a 2v1 with an
Bro, he
op
cannot
on
lose
Rose.
this up, bro.
Kayak's got an op as well, but on the retake, this is going to be much harder to make work.
You gotta go, but if you lose the up, it's gonna be so bad.
Downs, at least information to work with on one player, and he doesn't see them go short. Good idea, but he's got to focus on long. Goes to the rifle as well. He knows they're likely to group up and take that fight together. Recon goes down. Kayak's waiting for the swing, but they're patient. Pacific are not giving him the chances, only peeking periodically. And now with the tap, they go wide.
Yo, Laraki, this kid is too good, man. Just too good, bro.
For Pacific, Cairo's looking stressed. And I'm not surprised. And with the Rolling Thunder primed and ready, I would say it certainly will be. Avova, well, he has his ult, has his Shrouded Steps, and he will not get to use them. Comeback is just a little too quick.
And he's in a great position now, bro.
The plant is secure, but
What?
down. Sulcus has the gall to step into the operator's sights, and he wins the fight.
That was a
this
huge
time.
kill, man. Hunter
With the
serve for
ult, that is
Sokas,
massive.
Rolling Thunder or
Rolling
Mosi.
Thunder can push them back, even looking to try and catch that player under heaven, someone they want to try and isolate. Hunter's Fury is not going to be using yet, hasn't connected, and in fact the counter utility is holding them back a little further. They
Oh
don't even
my,
check.
oh my.
That last man hidden within the shadows, and because of it, Pacific have another round on the board. It's this entry into the site again. The stack is good from Apeks.
Oh my.
What? Utility
That's
from
crazy.
Larock grabs the kill on Sulcus. No assist either. It's all him. All the damage comes from that mad Hype. on the corner. Good for one. They come through
Hype.
the smoke, and he adjusts in time, trying
Lockdown.
to get out of there and keep the numbers in favor, keep the lockdown online. And that's exactly what's going to be used here. But Rose is on walkabouts. It's a dangerous play. There's two players watching. And he even gets damage in.
What the fuck was that? How is he
They're
alive?
still at least able to get into a safe corner to run that lockdown. But Apeks gained the space as a result. No smokes to block them out. It's got to be just raw angels and op up for grabs. Maybe Hype would take that. He's quite low. He's the one swinging first, but the trades relied upon are found, and Rose, with a sliver of HP, has to try to deny this defuse. Malzy getting it.
Geometry, bro. You learn in high school.
Close it as well. And that might be their mistake. They could have had it defused by now. Shock dart in. Damage.
No, bro. Forget about that. I didn't kill people, man. Second game, bro.
Apeks find the round.
With very little in their back pocket.
Last time PCFIC got 9 rounds in a row. This time they're stopped at 8, and Apeks seem to get right back on that horse. Rose does his best to recover, but Malzy's quickly there for 2. And Jellison now has it all to do.
1v2.
45 HP. The
Hunter
spike
Serial
in his back
Sokas.
pocket. And
Dude is
Hunter
low, bro.
Sokas, complete unknowns. On low HP, shock darts and a Hunter's Fury pose a great danger, but Sokas might not get the chance
Oh,
to
you're
use
kidding me,
it.
bro. You're
The
kidding.
timing is perfect, but the spray is far from it.
It was too easy, man.
2-11.
He couldn't even believe it, bro.
That could have been an awkward situation.
my.
PCFIC on 12-10 with a clutch instead.
Paranoia's been thrown through on the other side. They are making their way straight in towards this C site. There is no
Hunter Serial
resistance
Sokas.
here other than
Can stop the
spam
plan.
from Hype.
For
Guess
Apeks,
what?
economy is in a little bit of trouble too. Avova and Solkas have invested down to their last. A loss here wouldn't put them in the best position to try to fight for their overtime. PCFIC have site control, plant in. Last map, a lot of diffuses. Time's already run quite low. Stun goes in, comebacks close, avoiding reveals. The Hunter's Fury just about whizzing past him. He's got a close spot and they're unaware, completely blindsided, but he's only good for 1. Jellison tries to pick up the pieces, but stops after 2. Loida in for
1v1.
And we're in the 1v1. Rose.
It's me again.
is
It's me again.
lurking
The
around
geometry
all
guy.
along. Halfway diffused already when the swing comes through. Malzy down to 40. Time not on his side, and Rose swings
See, man.
to deal the damage, to put 12 on the board. And this map may well find its way into Pacific.
What a game, man.
Yet.
Everything in their hands. Economy not the best for their opponents. They're taking a gamble, going straight into this C site once again. Hype is still setting up utility as the Rolling Thunder looks to clear, but it's only going to clear the back of sight. He won't be affected.
Come back, he tried to get ahead of that, but he's caught still. Kayak able to quickly convert. That's a big frag. A player that's done so much damage to them every single time. Spray back gets Hype though.
I'm going to lock it down, though.
Equalized TP used here by Loida. He's deep
Oh my
in the
God.
spawn and spotted by Solkas. Now surrounded as well. Players coming from both sides. Loida is drawing these defenders out into a fight though. 3 players now focused entirely on their spawn. It buys space, but look at the push up from Kayak. 45 HP, but if he catches them off guard here, it's all down to the timing. If they're looking the other way, and he doesn't quite get around in time.
Breathe,
They've
breathe,
escaped,
kid, breathe.
As has Loida up into
It's your time to shine.
Like PCFIC will regroup, and the turret
Oh, the
even
fucking turret,
confirms
bro.
that Kayak's behind them. They've come out of this one smelling like roses.
There was a million things that could have gone wrong there for Pacific, but instead every single one of them has gone right. It leaves us in a 4v4 scenario. Not a lot to play with in terms of ultimates. In fact, absolutely nothing will play a part in this final rounds other than the utility they have in their back pocket and the raw gunfights. That's what you
Oh
know
my
about
God,
them.
that's great,
It's
dude. That's great
young
opposition.
They look to pick them apart, but the trades are there again. Low on HP, but they'll get the job.
GG!
Pacific with a comeback for the ages from 7-0 down. They will take Haven and look to close out this series on Lotus. What a response.
Rose is a badass dude, bro.
A map that they won. The last map was certainly his performance strong. Almost every time we see it this time, I don't think that's going to be the same. Caught by the net.
Holy
his own, in
shit,
fact,
man.
But he lands the kill anyways. Comeback, dropped early. Nade forces Jellison forward.
That kill was huge, man.
With the early advantage that almost slipped away. Luckily, Larocque on 22 HP won't have a lot to say about this round. And he's even being spotted by the knife.
This guy has been insane individually, but with low HP, that's going to be very difficult to pull off. Another early start going the way of Apeks.
He is in danger with pistols being what he's up against. He's got the support from Avova. Solkas low and caught aggressive. A sneaky play by Loida that's not only got them control, but also a weapon recovered. This round hasn't gotten too dangerous yet, but
Nah.
the warning signs are starting to pop up. And Apeks
It's a dangerous round already, bro.
seem like they're going to be locked into a retake on the A site. With the pistols, it's a pretty idyllic start.
Look at Rose. Look at Rose. It hits a headshot there, bro.
Positions as well that they have to be wary of. Someone coming in behind them. That might actually be Avova dead to rights. The classic is so dangerous, but he's just biding his time, and instead he's been given a freebie of hype. I don't even know if
Dude has no idea.
They're too busy focusing on the players on site to realize there's still a man behind, just walking past everybody. And now Molsey, well, he might just have to gamble this. Manages to get it to half, but there's so much more to do.
Unbelievable, Apeks. Unbelievable.
Apeks, and while that one has diminished to dust.
For Apeks in this series, most definitely. They started out well, but they have fallen behind just by one. In this round, the same can be said for Pacific. Rose down early. Plan seems to be secured as a result. Jellicent, he's gone walking through. Up close on the cage, it's not expected. And a free killed him also as a result. He naded it. He didn't think anyone would have the goal to stand inside. LaRock holding strong on the site. That's his second and
This
his
kid is
third.
so good,
This
bro.
one's put to bed. Solkas with a 1v3 and getting past LaRock seems to be impossible. And it proves to be 4 kills for this man. And well, you talk about a
Wait, the man yet, bro. It's a kid.
as well.
I'll be honest, he's giving
Insanely
me
talented
Adam
kid.
Captain vibes.
Yes,
Like
yes,
just where you can put him on any agent and you sit there and go, he is in the open in the middle of a site, he is dead.
kill him.
And then at the end of the round I'm going, and he's gone for a kill, and I don't know how I get there. Anytime. This guy is
Look at him.
something special.
Yeah, he is, bro. He really is.
It's worth even more than its weight in gold, I suppose. Oh, Kayak.
Oh my.
He's caught an isolated, great flash coming through, and an ult that reveals everybody on Apeks as a result.
They can get into an after plan. Comeback ult has been expended. It was only needed for space.
Bro, the talent
man
on this
looking to
roster
rotate
is
him from
incredible,
behind is
man.
already dead. This almost has to be a save.
Delson's flanking.
Yeah, they're locked into this one. Solkas surely.
So they're gonna win this round in a clean way. They're gonna save the rolling thunder for next round.
They've got so much depth.
This is going to be tough for Apeks, bro. The way things are going,
There seems to be nothing
series
they can
ends
do.
now.
And then it almost looks like at this stage, Apeks might just
Man,
fade
can
out
you
a little
imagine
bit. They are
losing
being
2 times,
bullied
bro?
in this map so far.
So
This
close
round,
yet
it's
so
the
far,
Cypher
man.
to take
That's
control, and he's looking to try and claim another victim. The timing
Ace,
could have been better
Ace,
for him.
Ace.
And he knows where that last man is standing.
Ace.
We've seen 4Ks, we've seen millions of
Look at him, man.
3Ks.
Come back, go
The
first,
one
bro.
thing we
Be a
haven't
nice
yet
friend.
seen in this final is an ace, and they are hunting for it. They're looking to try and give it over to Jellison. They haven't found where that last man is standing, and it will be denied. Another 4K to add to the collection, but even still, the damage is done. All weapons lost, a 3-man save where 0 save. Not ideal.
And comeback, middle of the table. Some big rounds. Good damage versus the Andy Eco. A Jellicent here almost popping an ace. He is 9-3. Exactly as he said. I gotta.
But they might just be attempting to try and sell a ruse of their own. They were given this site for free last time. It was just the spams that dealt them damage, so they're trying to check to see if those spams will be there again. I can tell you for free, they almost definitely will be. It's a question of can they counter it this time, and yes, they're going to avoid that spot altogether.
With 3 players lined up as a firing squad, Op as well in the mix, just to try to punish when they go for those spams. No punish to be found at the start. The flash was perfect. Kayak falls though, and so does Molsey. It's starting to look a little bit spooky. The Annihilation catches one. Loida falls as well. And the pressure now all onto LaRock. He cannot break his teammate free, nor can they get Molsey back. It's a 1v1 and the ammo!
Unbelievable.
So
Unfucking believable.
do the chances for Apeks in this round.
It's not really anything to execute off it, and they've lost space elsewhere, but that space doesn't really give anything.
3-man swing, player up top though.
But the
Kayak's
pressure is
drawing
different
dry.
also.
Nade's gonna go through.
Or is it not,
We
man?
can see Malsey pounce to try to take them down. He smoked out and Rose invaded the smoke, took the space up close, just like Kayak's doing here. 4v4. This
Saw the gun.
everything, and there it is. Spike on the floor. Avova comes in to meet the squad, and Rose up top, putting up a good fight with 3 on the board. But that is all there is for Pacific. A quick response by Apeks, now putting rounds together. Kayak, one away from a showstopper. That could turn the tide of a round. I like this knife. We've seen it consistently put through, and it's just to deny that space over on Rubble. The nade doesn't quite catch them. Very close, a little deeper, and it could have. Hunter's Fury fired through, and the Rubble control that was taken comes at a heavy price. Pacific are rolling this side of the map when Malsey spotted and eliminated. Come back.
What the fuck, dude? He wants more, he wants more. Yo, yo, yo.
With hype. Oh my goodness. Avova's left alone, and he's got to be scratching his head. That was filthy.
For Pacific, and as said, normally you do see stellar defensive sides out from this Apeks roster.
Oh my god.
This last one,
That's incredible, man. That's incredible.
Down at this point, like Apeks are fully gambled in on taking some C control.
But they put this utility down on Rubble every round, and then it's being ignored. Instead, they try to take space on C. Now Avova,
clean, man.
full job, even gets out of the
Yo, 75 here, bro. That's good, bro. That's not bad.
Advantage. Space on A conceded completely. It looks like Pacific want to regroup and hit, but not even regroup. Comeback's going in. At least he's put his wall down to make it seem so, but the door will soon open. And the B site will be hit. I thought the spike was going through there, but I guess they're waiting for Loida to find the
I
space.
cannot die like that, bro. Not gonna lie, this is terrible.
It seemed like it should have been a kill that would have gone the way of Kayak. He had the
That's
surprise
bad, bro.
angle, but it was no surprise.
Avova 5 HP.
Tagged down to just 5 HP. He's gonna
It was a good round for Apeks. Now
TP
it's in favor of
will have been
Pacific.
heard. There is also a cam. If he gets past it, maybe this will be a problem, but no. They know exactly where he resides, but he almost just has to be a thorn at this point. He's so low on health that him making a play...
Gotta break the door. Position review.
Up by the trap.
He's reliant on so much more. The net through has caught out Jealous, and he's stuck crouched in this corner, but he's happy to stay there. And again, Avova's just so low on HP. This half will end with a Pacific victory, but the way this round started, you expected Apeks to take that one.
Could be one final time in Ascension for 2024.
Already. Look at the firing squad that awaits this side. There are 4 players currently holding, but Mosey's the first to take that kill. A lot of damage already done, and the nade will hold them back a little bit longer. In fact, Apeks, I think they definitely spotted how many players are currently there. And with the footsteps being heard, so much information. Kayak got dinked up, but instead he's now in the backlines. It's going to take them a moment to destroy that barrier mesh. And while they're hunting to try and work out where that Razor's gone, they're falling like flies.
Yeah, Larocque, and now it looks like one more to add to the list. Rose, it is Malsey to drop them eventually. The numbers quite low across Apeks.
That is game.
13 HP. But
Be a chance to rewrite the history books. Already though, Loita under serious pressure, you'd think, but he's got that opener anyway.
So clean, man.
and he's not getting out of here. Usually you'd see players in a rush to escape, but he stuck around for another couple of seconds, looking for another pick. Man advantage now for the defensive side. 4 players shifted to the right side of the map. Pretty heavy stack, but they certainly called it correct. A battle of the ciphers perhaps on the other side as the lurks come in later.
Look at this guy shooting, man.
A quick and clean.
It's so beautiful, man. So beautiful.
This round is... it's not looking too good for Apeks. Especially, I feel like those spams are just seconds away from connecting.
Trying to make sure there's nobody towards that broken door, and the attack of Apeks at this stage is split. Just trying to desperately find a gap. Solcas with 2! What? This round was looking almost down in the dumps, dead, but instead somehow he's managed to turn the tide, make it competitive, still got comeback to deal with, and he is wary. But there could be someone towards tree still. Well, Solcas finding 2 from there, you can't blame him. The real worry though is the time. 30 seconds left. Apeks have to try and make a move, and it seems like the B site is their idea.
Solcas.
Has got another.
That's a huge round, dude.
Of the round already.
They're still moving to B. Both players will be ready to take this fight. Larocque's spot shown by the stun, but Jellison still unknown. The cage stops his aggression. The plan will be found. Numbers now for Apeks. All they have to leverage to close this out. Sonic sensor for the spike. Jellison in trouble.
Yo, Solcas.
From Solcas to
That was sick, dude.
just one round behind. Pacific are being caught up on.
We've spoken about it. There's been so many 3Ks, 4Ks, high impact ones at that. That might be the best of them, honestly.
Yeah, for sure, man.
The fact that Solcas has been able to
They need that.
find 2 solo from tree after losing the battles
Oh, he
in
got
the early
lucky, bro.
stages of the round.
But that was clean.
Takes down Comeback, who's been causing them serious issues, and then even closes it out. These are the sort of plays that Apeks need to keep them in this match, because let's be honest,
They move to the C site and activate this. The Cypher setup is no longer in play, and that's exactly what's just happened.
seems that Apeks are starting to stir from what has been a nightmare and are starting to take control of this.
That's beautiful, man.
Hype back in the server alongside
Okay.
as well. And Loiter, all he could do is cower in fear on the other side of the map.
Yo, this series deserves to go to map 5, bro.
And they've given up full control over Rubble. Like I said, this is something that Apeks fought for on their defensive side. I expect to see them scrap for it here on the attack. And, well, this is it. Full-on aggression, and Comeback pops the ult to shut it down. Avova thought he had to sneak up behind, but Loida more than ready. And now Apeks left, trying to pick up the pieces in a 3v5.
Again, the util holding them back.
30 seconds left.
They're going to run into more and more pieces as they look to go further. The knife will actually remove everything in play for Jellison, and his spam hasn't dealt too much, but even
Oh my
still,
god, that's... Oh my god, that's flawless, my
completely
friends.
shut down the attempted switch up, and it was a short-lived lead.
For Kayak, that's got to be point of contact. No, it's not. He's not even activated it yet. Just walking in with the rifle, and that's a mistake he won't live to regret.
Come back, surely not. Surely not. He almost goes down to the fragment. Avova's position being revealed. He's going to fake out the TP and just opt
What?
Still wins the duel. Left completely blind. Comeback still fighting strong.
What's happening here, man?
Even opponent blind, but still winning that fight. Rolling Sun does sent into position. And the rotation from Hype is a long one. He needs to get there. He needs to get there quick.
Oh
the
my
angle's
God.
being held by Comeback.
Oh my
The
god.
man who's
Oh my
got
god.
So many issues. The spam's going to do damage, but they've
Is that
already
Rumble?
defused.
They're gonna defuse.
Avova kills off almost everybody, but still loses his life in the end. Pacific will claim the lead once again.
No matter what happens from this point, Pacific, I think, have earned everybody's respect. This is a squad, not just to respect, but to be
doing it again.
damn afraid of. LaRock in with a chance here. The rocket launchers, oh, it spots him, and Avova gets him first.
And it's the same sort of start, though. Comeback, fighting from an angle. Another response to put the advantage with them once again. What they're all fighting for on screen, that trophy, theirs to take home. If they can convert this advantage in one more round and the spike is left on the deck, Avova, he's going to claim it and take it to the spawn. One of the most unorthodox positions you'll ever see the spike in. And his teammates are going to try and meet up with him.
Imagine if it was
The thing is, the
spike, bro.
defense will have no idea where Avova currently sits, and he might be able to
my
beat
God.
everything in this round. If he can find this kill onto Jellison, he could potentially turn this into a victory, but Jellison is now fighting deep within the site.
Man, he has
He's
no
left within
idea,
his
bro.
camp, has absolutely
This
no
is actually a
idea
genius
where
play.
his opponent is going to be coming from, but they are slowly revealing the ideas, slowly selling the idea, and he walks straight into the hands of Avova. That advantage
30 seconds left.
dissipates, and we find ourselves 3v3.
Sonic sensor, it's waiting. Looks like Comeback was ready for it and will activate it as he walks away. Removing a piece of utility for this squad. One kill for Solkus. The Annihilation is online, and that could save the round. In the position they're currently in, Pacific on the retake, spams good, Loida down extremely low, dropped in fact, it's Hype, and Avova claiming the kills.
What a gamer, man.
The cherry on top, a kill that gets Annihilation online for the next round.
This time it's a gamble that wins them the entirety of the round. He took the spike. If he died anywhere else, he was screwed. And look at the counter. So much to put things down, but it's still the opener going the way of Pacific. Now look at what they have.
Man, imagine if you lose a week around here,
A
dude.
single rifle, an ultimate that's now been denied, and an ultimate that gets them an opener.
The money on
They
Apeks
have a
is
man
shit as well.
advantage, but they have no other advantage in this round. Jellison, he's hit the timing.
Spike, that's the spike.
Even a 1-for-1 there, it's not too bad.
Oh, the nade, the Shrouded Septo from Loida. He's now up top. Position spotted, and Kayak finding the kill from below. The dreams of Apeks stay alive, but they've only equalized the numbers. The pistols trying desperately to get a rifle back, and Comeback's landed the kill. The space now theirs, and the 2v2 that they can fight for, but Comeback's so desperately low. The headshot's perfect, but he won't land the next. Hype with all the pressure on his shoulders to keep the dream alive, and he'll land the third. A big play from Hype. A huge round from Apeks, and they've guaranteed themselves at least an overtime. 55 seconds left. The ult will be used by Malzy, denying a lot of the abilities that they go to split into the B site. It's Laroc to fall first. Comeback, catches one. Thins out the herd that's approaching B, but Loida still has to stand strong. He drops Malsey, but he can be brought right back. Loida has to be so careful, and with Rose
was well played.
he doesn't need to anymore. They can take these fights. The revive Malsey in danger. Hype up close though, punishes. Keeps the numbers even with low HP on Rose. This could be Apeks.
Chimichurro solo.
A fifth map even. The PO5 running deep with Rose on low HP. Ascension may come all the way down to Ascent, where we'll see one team rise. Loida is the only one that can keep the dream alive, that can stop them from going the distance in this series. And even then, he has to bring us to overtime first. Hypes.
GG.
Locks it in. He reaches new levels in these last two maps as Apeks buy themselves a fifth map. We'll go all the way to Ascent. And my God, they've earned it.
After the last map, after choking a big lead, after being 8-4 down, you can do everything throughout the year, and it can all crumble to nothing. Comeback, it's gonna start things off with a collapse.
Holy shit, man. Again, now with the sheriff.
Well, he's brought his discount code 2 for 1 today for Comeback. A few shots don't land after, but that's, well, it's not just fine. Laroc's gone down.
This is Titan on fire, dude.
Back to 3v3 with Kayak. Opening sight for them. It's only Loida that's here to defend. PCFIC won't be in place on time. Rose is close by and has a recon. But they think that this squad might have gone a different direction. Loida just about
This is good with the classic. This is good. This is good.
They suspected the reveal gets him to
That was
shoot
perfect.
bullet,
I think they saw him.
returns one to his head. This
Oh my God. Comeback did a great
Kayak doubles up
first
his
blood and then this happened,
on
man.
the other side. 4 kills in the pistol.
Actually,
Eyes down.
and when you lose 2 players immediately, this is where you need your heroes to come alive. Kayak, the Polish powerhouse, taking over the round. Potentially completely blinded up within the first few seconds.
Oh, it has
He's gonna
out,
take
man.
that space towards mid. Now already the doors have been closed. Looks to re-clear short instead. Makes space across the map for the rest of his team while selling a ruse. He spotted his target. Paranoia has been put into play. He looks to eliminate Loiter, and the setup is perfection. That operator is still in hand though. Comeback, waiting to try and land those shots, but the trade is almost immediate. In fact, it's Rose who's managed to do the majority of the damage from behind. He's dropped the spike behind the door.
Oh my God, he killed his friend.
For him. A peekaboo, a surprise that puts them in a 2v2 situation with Spike still dropped on the deck, but there's plenty of time to be played with. And it's just
But very expensive, man. Very expensive.
his damnedest, and it's a very costly round.
And allow Laroc to shred them after. Instead, it's going to be a flash and a big play from Laroc offered up. If he can dodge that, correct in time, and the judge will be deadly up close. One drop, and Annihilation activated. He tried to at least make them pay for that.
Oh.
Comeback is the one to apply the cost. Spike on its way, and Comeback still holding strong, taking the pin out as Loida fires from afar, and they swing together.
One hype left, one betray.
The last one.
Time's low, no bullets.
To make a dent on this round. 12 seconds left, and he's already trying to find the player around the box. Ring a Rosie, and the time is surely gone. 2 players to deny this plant. Shock darts on the way, and bullets to confirm it. PCFIC in with another. And it's only Rose and Jellicent here to defend. The cam point of contact gets the information, but Jellicent's in a tough spot. Oh, especially after that. Now they're all around him, pistols everywhere. Up
Oh
close.
my. Oh my.
Well, they overwhelm him quite quickly. In fact, not a single dent to be done so far. Apeks, they lose
The whiff
one.
land.
Comeback, trying to make it costly. The Blade Storm's even invested as he goes into the site, picking them apart. But it might not be enough. Even after a big play from Comeback, we need one from Laroc. He's almost caught with an 8 in hand and makes it past the wall. Right over to the switch. An off angle now. The big swing coming. The shots don't land.
Well played. Well played.
Investing
This game is insane already, man.
Focus is Sheriff, the big gun.
Push them back a little. Loiter's been seen. That's not a spot that you really want to be in. He's going to have to try and fight his way out, and he doesn't. Kayak's going to win that opener. We're seeing a few more blunders creep in for PCFIC. Fights that don't need to be taken, risks that aren't paying off. And while already that advantage looking like it'll be converted even further as Comeback that gets caught.
You're kidding me, bro.
Actually, Laroc finds another. He's the man holding on the back of the site. Somehow does more work than expected. But even still, the rest a little bit late to the party. I say that, Rose is just diving in. looking to try and do this, or has support from teammates, and with the spike still rotating into position, they'll retake it before it even begins. Somehow, another kill has come through. A swing back in, but it's left all onto one, and eventually Apeks
No money for Pacific. Great attack inside for Apeks, man.
Hype contact play this 100 times, and if he does it this time, he will meet his maker. Come back straight in with the opening. B site secured. And the squad on A ready for a hit. They're getting aggressive, in fact, stepping right up to Avova, but luckily he's spotted them.
Yeah, they want to try and deny this man anything. He's going to go TP. He's trying to TP behind them in the spawn. I don't even know if they've realized he's here. He's going to fight into it. Avova's just found a pick, and now this leaves a couple of players somewhat surrounded. They're going to isolate Jellison. Somehow, what was just an instinct play has actually worked.
Good shot.
Mosey with another. This round again is starting to fall apart for Pacific. With the spike down in another orthodox spot, they go to fight this one, and Avova's there again. He should have been dead to rights. They look to surround him, and now comeback. Operator in hand. Maybe the worst gun for the job, but he's going to try it anyway. Dashes in, and guess who's there?
What is the dash, man?
This man plays off instinct, and he wins them the round. Relatively quick in this series was a good sign, but they have had their blips, had their slip-ups. They don't want this to be another one. Under pressure is Molesy, and he's going to go down. That's a rifle in hand. Bear in mind, on the other side, there's an operator. Hype goes walking right into it. The trade, though, is immediate, and Rose has not had the best time when it comes to defending this site. He's almost in a one-and-done angle. It's whether or not he's actually going to find that one at all. He will, and then trade it out.
Spike down.
Could be enough. Larocque already here, backed up by Jellison. They'll take the space. And sure, the wall's going to block for a moment, buy some time, but the reveal means there's nowhere else that they need to look. No concerns. I think one of those sonic sensors destroyed immediately. The plant to be found. Avova dropped off the bat, and Solkas will get nothing. Pacific finally back to winning ways. It's not too late.
For Pacific, it's almost a must.
Oh, that's great, man. That's great.
That shock dart has left 3 players on their last legs. Comeback is still not shying away from a fight. Maybe he should have done. Similarly to the last, it's a collat to start things off, but as we saw, that didn't confirm the round.
With this pistol, I think it's GG, bro.
Though, as Kayaks found another triple. Jellison, last man standing, another shock dart to leave him low. And Apeks,
They are actually doing it, man.
They are 4 away from undoing everything that happened last year.
Still an advantage late into the round, and they're walking right into the deadlock setup.
Yeah, this is the thing. You've got to try and delete it. A dash into this position will almost definitely leave you stunned, and instead they're walking right into the hands of Kayak, who is tearing them a new one.
This is it, my friends.
Last man standing.
Apeks.
It tells you that
They are doing it,
It
man.
doesn't even matter. Look at where the spike is. Getting past all of this utility is a no-go, a no-show. And it's looking like that's
And the
case
Medi
Pacific at this
on
point.
Americas
They have
has the chance to do the same thing, bro.
Apeks. They've got so many chances now to hoist that trophy. He's been a massive part of this team, and he's just been given time to talk to his boys. Pressure, seemingly making diamonds.
Oh my god. This is it, man.
Exactly when they need him most.
It's over.
Number 5 is where that Polish superstar just looks to shut them down. They are 1 round away from getting themselves to that promised land.
Good fans, man. They supported the entire time, man.
It feels like they always belonged. We have heard it from every tier 1 team. Oh, who are you scrimming? Who are you playing against? Who are you practicing? Well, Apeks, of course.
Fought so damn
Solkas,
hard for
Avova, they are back to franchise, my friends. The Prodigy, Kayak will be there too, Hype, and Mosey. Apeks. Was an incredible round, man. Pacific, great talents. We'll have another chance, maybe next year. Congratulations, Apeks.
The first strike champion.
Nice organization, man. Pretty good organization.
To the mantle once more, or with 1 HP. Solkas, one of the longest standing tier 1 players, liquid.
You got this, bro. 1 HP. That's all you need. No?
But it'll
Just don't speak.
to bring him there. A 1 versus.
It's on him, man.
for a
This is the way it
VCT
ends, man.
slot.
The Clutch King, my friends, with the final round to qualify for franchise.
To wait
30 seconds left.
a little longer. LaRock is not looking to give this one up. The 16-year-old prodigy
And the Turkish team, man, losing a game like that on Ascent.
and everything,
That's crazy.
not just the
But they're
trophy,
so young, bro. They're so
the
young, man.
VCT spot, but for a lot of these players, it's a chance to prove that they've still
The
got
clutch
it.
of your life, bro. The clutch of
That
your
they can
life.
make their way back even when dropped.
He's called you.
even when left
Your father,
by
man, is watching
previous
you.
teams.
He's in the crowd.
Over. He's been around for a long, long
He's gonna
time.
cry for
Looks
sure,
to
bro.
try and face off against one of those new kids on the block. He spotted him. That final kill is absolutely everything. Timing comes down to the last second. He's got himself the paranoia. Leaves him completely.
GG!
Send Pacific packing. It is Apex to undo everything that happened last year.
His father.
Themselves. And that was promised. They are back. They are in. They have made it to the VCT.
Yo, these kids are amazing, bro. Yo.
No secret,
Next
there
year,
was a
man.
moment
Next
in
year.
this series,
You guys are amazing.
a few of them perhaps,
Just a moment.
where it didn't look like this was the world we would be entering. It didn't look like Apex could battle against history.
Historical
and prove
grand finals,
themselves to
my
be the
friends.
Victors this time, but the curse is broken. The new roster has solved the problems, and up against a mighty squad from Turkey,
sure.
they're not going to falter this time.
Time to take that trophy for a second time. He has made it back with a different team, a different time, and they will be your Ascension champions.
Let's go!
To the VCT, it is Apeks!